A couple of the freaks from Freak Mountain Ramblers are here.
How do you do? I'm Kevin Bingo Ritchie.
Turtle Vandemar.
And congratulations on being inducted as artists this year.
Thank you.
Last year you played, and this year you get inducted.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's kind of a nice thing. I mean, you think, well, you've worked so long. What's the feeling, that...
Incredulity, I suppose. Never once thought that there would be a shred of legitimacy afforded to our adventures. But it's nice to get the nod. I mean, I know we did a lot of fun things and brought a lot of good times for people and supported a lot of good causes along the way. But,
Absolutely.
Well, as a side note, you guys grew out of the Holy Modal Rounders rhythm section.
No.
You didn't?
No, we didn't. That's wrong. We began out of a band of Jim Boyer, David Reich, and myself.
So the Holy Modal Rounders weren't part of that?
Oh, it plays a part.
Yeah.
But, but it has nothing to do with the genesis of this particular organization.
I was just going to make a note about the Holy Modal Rounders because my cousin had that band as her wedding band, when they got married. And so it was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Lock up the
Trouble
medicine
for sure.
cabinet.
Good times.
Yeah.
But that's a side note to your amazing career. I just had to bring that up because whenever I think of the Holy Modal Rounders, I think, ooh, too good a time.
we do have a lot of shared stuff going on. Roger and David played together since '71 with the Rounders on the East Coast, and then with Clam Tones and then Turtle and all those dudes knew each other from way back. But the genesis of the project was Jim Boyer Band on Thursdays at the Laurel Thirst, and it was me, Dave, and Jimmy, and then we got fired. And then we came back with our hats in our hands. Then they said, if you come back with a different name, we'll give you Sundays because we got no business on Sundays. And
going to church.
Yeah, so even more blasphemy available for us. And we took it, and then it grew from there. And then after a while,
we ran with it.
After a couple of years, David said, "Hey, I got this buddy who plays drums." I'm like, yeah. He said, yeah, I've been playing with him since like '71. He played with the Rounders. I was like, yeah, but is he any good?
Always a legitimate concern when talking about the Rounders.
Yeah, but he shows up, and it's Roger North with his own designed kit and everything, and the guy's a legend, and I had no idea that it was Roger, and of course he fit right in, And we did our thing for a long time with Forrest Bloodgood was playing mandolin and fiddle sometimes. Paul Bassett would sit in on washboard. He's with us tonight on the list, and he played with PH Factor Jug Band and a bunch of awesome stuff. But we did that shtick for a while, and then we got a gig at McMiniman's Crystal Ballroom, and we went in as Los Mofos or something like that, and people were like, that's not going to work.
Didn't McMiniman's people tell you, okay, you guys have to come up with a better name?
They did after that night, yeah. And then Billy Kennedy gave us our name, the Freak Mountain Ramblers. Him and David are somehow that popped out.
You have so many lead singers. You can do all kinds of genres, old-timey music, blues, country, originals, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
You do it all.
Yes, we did it all. And with a really high degree of every night just being really, really good, just an ordinary night. But there were nights when we would go off, and it was like, that's what we live for. That's what the audience live for.
That's where the freak comes.
That's where those nights like that were the ones that really made us what we eventually became.
Yeah.
The scene when you were just getting going, talk about that a little bit.
It was
competitive?
No, I've never noticed any kind of competitive trip around our Laurel Thirst family or any of the crew through any of that. Everything's been really supportive, I mean, sure, you've got steamrollers of narcissistic personality disorder out there wandering around rogue, but you can usually see them from a mile away or sniff them out. But when we started, it was great, and we had a great time at Laurel Thirst, and we started building up Sundays as a time where families could come together and have fellowship. Kids could come in and stuff at the time.
That Sunday, I mean, it literally was like it was like quote-unquote church.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah.
The evening service.
Then when I split, and I took a gig on the Circle 3S Ranch in Texas, and was down there for a while hanging out, and then Turtle came on board and sat with those guys and got in, and I'm like, I'm never getting my fucking seat back. There's no way. I used to watch him play with the barbecue orchestra and be like, you want a bucket of ice for your hands? This dude he's a god as a musician to me. He's an absolute master. And like, I got back and they're like, yeah, come on. I brought my acoustic guitar and fit in okay with the electric guitars, and then the acoustic guitar kind of worked in the mix, and it wasn't weird, you know? And
some of the best music that we played was when we had Bing and Lex and me and Roger and David and Jimmy. It's a big band.
Yeah.
And there was a lot going on, you know. If you're a guitar player, you spent most of the evening going quick, quick on one note, you know, just because it was very full
Right.
sound.
How many people would be on stage?
Well, you know, at least those 6, and then whoever else showed up. Sometimes Teddy Dean would be there to play saxophone, the saxophone player from the Rounders. And like Bingo says, we took all the songs that Jimmy did and all the songs that were written by the late Jeff Frederick from the Clam Tones and the Rounders era and kept them alive and you know, in many cases, just improved them
greatly.
You guys talk to me maybe a little bit about what makes a good venue in terms of playing, especially a bigger band that the Ramblers are.
Yeah.
But what makes it good is what I thought made that gig good was, one, it was 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock on a Sunday, you know. So it wasn't like really late night thing that just kind of like was difficult and messed up your next day and everything, you know. So it was an early thing, and it was free for people to get in. So
That is a big thing over the pub, yes.
And to me, what I always thought was that because people got in free, they were like a little more easy on what they expected out of the band. You know, they were willing to go with
and that
whatever
was
there
important for a while.
Hey, I paid $5
Well,
to get in
it's
here.
always important.
Play the good ones.
And so they just kept coming and coming and coming, and it turned into like a big scene, you know. And I was thinking about this the other day. We played there 1,000 times or something, and I can only remember one gig where I didn't have a good time, and that's because I was sick. You know, I had the flu and I was throwing up in the basement and everything on the break. But I
that
don't
was pretty
remember a
punk
bad
rock.
night
I mean,
there
you were
ever,
still-
because the audience was.
Very punk rock.
Yeah.
But the audience is what makes it. It's the people that are there. It's not so much the place. It's the people that go there.
Well, we were talking about how McMenamins is kind of a home away from home for you guys, and you were just at Kennedy School
Yeah.
today, so it's been a good place.
They've been
They're-
tremendously supportive of all of us and all of our offshoot and spin-off bands too. I mean, thank you to Jan Hadinger and to Jimmy Byron too, especially, for booking us on so much cool stuff. The Northwest Music Tour started because
Yeah,
we
we did what, 8 or 9 years of those, or 10
Yeah,
maybe. I don't
yeah.
know.
It's really important to have that kind of support, isn't it?
Yeah.
To continue doing what you need to be doing as musicians. Nobody needs a day job here, right?
No.
Everybody
Not
Everybody could
anymore.
use one.
Well, I
You know, you
didn't
don't think
then.
you made a living doing this, do you? Like I'll quote Turtle on this, you know, we weren't in it for the money, because that would just be stupid.
Yeah. It's not about the money. It's about the fucking money.
Now we'll have to edit that.
All right.
Well, Freak Mountain Ramblers, congratulations on a very well-deserved induction into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. You've been doing this for quite a while, and we've enjoyed it for as long as you've been doing it. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a wonderful honor.
May the blessings keep on raining down.
I'd like to thank Terry Courier too, especially in the Oregon Music Hall of Fame, and you, Inessa, and all the support and the people who voted to bring us and give us this honor. It's really nice. It's kind of like legitimizing something that
That never
just-
should
you
have
never-
been.
you never thought
it
was gonna-
illegitimate from the very
Yeah.
start.
Well, you know,
but
let's just take it
glorious
away.
nonetheless.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, it is really appreciated. I mean, we're
And this is Paul Bissett. For those of you who don't know Paul, he played with the Freak Mountain Ramblers for years, and I met Paul in the early '60s. He was in a great jug band in San Francisco while I was still learning how to play the French horn in grade school. So, you know,
He
he's
brought
a
he brought
great
a lot
guy.
of us along in this world of entertainment and art. You know, we did a lot of miles together in Golden Delicious too.
I can see that there's a lot of experience sitting in front of me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.